I wrote a book entitled, I Want to Punch You in the Face, But I Love Jesus. Oh, some people can. I don't know if it's good or bad that you clap for that, but it's the ultimate PMS companion book. And believe it or not, I couldn't find a Christian publisher to publish it. They kept saying the same thing. Yes to you, no to that. And I had a stack of rejection letters. And my agent came to me and he said, we need to talk. Now, full disclosure, I was PMSing when he wanted to have this talk. And he said, you cannot write this book. And I said, that's funny because I am going to write this book. He said, you can't write a Christian book entitled, I Want to Punch You in the Face, But I Love Jesus. I said, it's but, not and. And is a problem, but means I'm considering. So he said, well, can you at least tone it down? I said, I don't know. How do you tone down your PMS, Kyle? Noticing my edge, Kyle says to me, the word that I don't know, this word has been threatening the existence of man through time immemorial. I don't know why they use it. It's the R word. Relax. Yeah, see, y'all feel there. Relax. The feminine interpretation or translation of relax is attack. When you tell me to relax, I will attack. And I don't know why men can't. I'm suddenly very aware that the band is still up here. Guys, y'all don't have to stay for no more. Y'all can. I have a whole PMS set with men sitting behind me. Anyway, I said to Kyle, look, I am from church culture. I know the book that they want me to write. He said, oh, do you? Well, what book do you think they want you to write? And can you put the next slide up here? I said, Kyle, listen, I know that Christian publishers want me to say that when I begin to PMS, that the Holy Spirit comes upon me like a dove and fills me with grace, truth, and love. That's not true. When I am PMSing, Kyle, if I hear the person in the cubicle next to me crunching ice, I want to take their lips and wrap it around their own neck. I am not the girl in the meadow during PMS, and as much as y'all can cross y'all arms, neither are you. That's not what you look like. You look like, can you put the next slide up, please? That's you. Take a good look at it. So I decided to just write it and just do it. And I said, no one has to publish it. I'll do it on my own. But it's what I felt, it's the book that I needed when I was 16. Because I thought I was backsliding every 28 days. I promise y'all I did. Just at the altar falling out, why, Jesus? I surrender. And it wasn't until my late 20s, maybe even early 30s, that I was like, oh, this is a cycle. Because we never talk about it, am I right? So I said, I'm going to put it in a book. It's going to be a short book. It's a book that you can read over and over again. The problem is I always write for stage and screen, and I had never written for a book, and I didn't know if I could do that, so I needed a character. So I made a character up. Put the next slide up, Jim. I made a character up. Her name is Patty Michelle Sinclair. That's clever. You see what I did there? And I talk about how Patty enters your life and all the baggage that she brings. And someone said to me, if you had to flesh out what Patty looked like, what would the character, the way you feel when Patty comes into your life, what would you look like? And then the next slide, I told them this. That's you, guys. You mean to tell me that's not how you feel? Your face stretches out, your hair's all over your head, your clothes don't fit. When you come back to yourself, there's candy wrappers all over the place. You threw your husband through the wall. So knowing that's what we go through, I wanted to talk about, and it was very scary when I talked about it on the radio the first time, because this is not something we as Christian women talk about. We'll talk about the manifestation of it, the anger, the hostility, all the things we go through. We don't talk about just that happening. And I talked about it on the radio, and then I came up with what I call Sherry Lynn's PMS regimen. Now, y'all gonna want this. There's more of it in the book, but I'm just gonna give you a few of it. Can you put it up there? Okay, so the first one, this is Sherry Lynn's PMS regimen. And the first one, can you do the first one? Eat chocolate early and often. Oh, someone should clap a little harder for that in the sanctuary. Oh, come on in here. I said eat the chocolate. Eat the chocolate. Ladies, all we go through, have the chocolate. It's going to help you with the next one. Can you put the next one up? Hey, now I'm not saying everyone that you encounter in a day is not a moron. What I'm going to say is in your current PMS state, you can't tell for sure. You're not in a state to make the declaration, so you have to tell yourself everyone's not a moron. The next one. Hey, seriously, y'all, shut up. Now, you got to watch the words, because if you hold them in, they can roll around in your head, and then the next one becomes a problem. Where you don't say anything, you're just like. Now, before I say the last one, I want you to know that this will feel like it's not going to help, but it really, really is. I've done it. It doesn't help eternally, but it does help temporarily. The last one is, imagine your first day in heaven going to Eve and punching her dead in her mouth. Well, I see some of you have done that, haven't you?